scoring guy, but I ain't leaving out my AJ at all.
Okay, wait, but you did leave out Jakob Pertl. Don't we have to have Pertl
Oh shoot!
center?
And I left out. I see. We've got options now. That's what I'm saying. And Perkle, what I like about that is that he doesn't have to put so many minutes. Because what I've noticed when we're using Pirtle is when we're getting down to the fourth quarter, if you notice his face is a little red, lobstery, a little tiredness. So
Yes.
now I'm saying we could draw back probably 2, 3 minutes from him and have him more fresh to finish off. Of course.
Welcome, Toronto Raptor fans, to another edition of the Raptors in Black and White. We've got Head Swag. Oh, actually, sorry, Head Swag and Slang joining you. It's been a minute. Yeah, we know our lives are busy. Things, schedules don't always line up, and it's not easy for us to get on here. But hey, we're here. So please like, subscribe, and send this to a friend. We appreciate the support. But we're going to get into some Toronto Raptor business because since we were on last, a lot's happened. I think we should start out with the Raptors signing of or trading first and then signing to a 3-year deal of Brandon Ingram. What were your thoughts on, first of all, the trade? And then I think we'd like to get into, whether you see it's a fit and where the starting lineup is. But first of all, what were your thoughts when you heard that the Raptors got Ingram?
It was a good thing, I believe. We need some length. We need a guy who could score, and Ingram has both of those. One thing he does bring over, and when he came over, is that his injuries. He's seems to be a little injury prone because he's a little on the thinner side, playing against those bigger guys. But he does get the work done. You know what I mean? And we traded out Brown, who was an injury guy, for another injury guy. So hey, let's see how this one works with the crew.
Yeah, I was happy. I mean, it's funny. Yeah, we've got a guy like Chris Boucher, who's one of those, the Slim Reaper or whatever the heck they've nicknamed him because he's a skinny guy like a Kevin Durant sort of. But Boucher doesn't seem to get injured too often. Hopefully, our conditioning, our medical staff, they're always saying that we've got one of the best ones in the NBA.
That's right.
And so, yeah, I'm hoping that yes, they're able to get him, conditioned and maybe somehow more durable. Um, Pardon me, but yeah, we definitely need a scorer, even in the game against Miami on Friday.
That's right.
That going back to ISO ball at the end, Scotty Barnes, man, he didn't even get a shot off. He friggin' dribbled it in and
I
lost
know,
control of the
and
ball.
Scotty's such a big guy. You expect that he would be dominant in times like that, but it seems like, hey, it's a game of basketball. It seems like they had his number for that day.
Yeah, I know. Not to get, I'm not trying to get go off on a tangent, but man, it was just frustrating, especially when RJ and quickly to a lesser extent are the ones that got us back into that game.
That's
You know,
right.
with proper ball movement and or just RJ going downhill as he seems to be able to do almost always. That last one that he hit high off the glass, it's crazy. And then I'm going, why are you going to Scotty? What the this is it. This is the last possession we're gonna have here, and he just fumbled it up
And
and
he
then
fumbled it
overtime.
up. I know.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know.
Sorry. All right. Sorry, guys. But so okay with Brandon Ingram on the team though. Um, like, are you worried that because I know sometimes some people say he's a ball dominant guy, but then others have said that he can play off the ball, and then we've got Scotty Barnes seems to want to carry the ball up and have it, and then you got Quickly who's the actual point guard needing the ball. I mean, I think RJ is solid because he can sort of just with the ball rotating and it goes to him, he seems to be able to make something up. But do you think that those three guys are going to be in any sort of a conflict or anything, or you think somehow they're going to
Oh
be
no,
able to?
I think he'll fit right in. I think
Yeah.
he'll fit right in. I think with these guys with the ball movement, like I said, another big guy that they could trust with the ball. And as you know, sometimes we get into this stagnant offense where we just can't find a guy who could score. We just opened up another window right now with bringing Ingram in. You know what I mean? He could put
Yes.
up numbers. Believe me. What I believe that we once that we lack is defensive, but with him being there and being long, our team is lengthy now. You know what I mean? So I think we do have a chance. I think we're turning the right corners here.
Yeah, I agree. Actually, I just was throwing that one out there because I've heard some, I guess there may be negative guys out there, or whatever, thinking that it's not going to work and that it's not the right fit. But no, I think it can work. And so, do you think that he now moves higher than Scotty as the go-to guy in crunch time, like we were just referencing, or are those two going to have to like battle it out and see who ends up with the ball?
I think those two will have to battle it out. But what you said earlier, I would love RJ to have the ball. He's been the consistent horse for the Raptors. I don't like you said in the Miami game, he's been moving on all cylinders. All right.
Mhm.
And the last second, I know you want to get a player involved, but if a guy's hot, just keep feeding that hot guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think RJ's been our best player all year, and I keep saying on my other little video thing that he's becoming my favorite Raptor. I mean, it helps a lot that he's a local,
Of
sadly, we won't
course.
hold it against him that he's from Mississauga, but still, that is part of the GTA. So,
Yep.
he's still one of us. Um, so it's nice to have him home. Okay, so then with Ingram, when he does come back, what do you think the starting lineup is going to be? I've got a little list here of what I think, but give me who who the starters are, and then who your backup five are in your mind with
I,
Ingram.
I think I would start off with IQ. I think we could throw Dick in there too as well. Barnes, Barrett, and Ingram. And then we could shuffle in the rest of the guys as coming in. My sixth man, I don't want to leave out AJ. AJ's been phenomenal. He's been at the All-Star game with the rookies, and I don't know why he's not getting more playing with our Raptors when they need it. And he's another high-scoring guy, but I ain't leaving out my AJ at all.
Okay, wait, but you did leave out Jakob Pertl. Don't we have to have Pertl
Oh,
at
shoot.
center?
And I left out see. We've got options now. That's what I'm saying. And Perkle, what I like about that is that he doesn't have to put so many minutes. Because what I've noticed when we're using Pirtle is when we're getting down to the fourth quarter, if you notice his face is a little red, lobstery, a little tiredness. So
Yes.
now I'm saying we could draw back probably 2, 3 minutes from him and have him more fresh to finish off. Of course.
Yeah, no, that's I think that's lack of having a backup center, which I do you
That's
see
correct.
like so wait, so you're saying you think that Ingram could start at center, or are you saying
Yeah,
that
you got it. I'm saying we could go with like a small forward kind of setting, you know what I mean? Our guys are fast and they could put up numbers. So I'm saying we could run downhill and then hey, if there's a guy causing trouble on the center, we could put in Pirtle and then, you know what I mean, mix it up from there.
wow, that would be interesting. I'm a little worried only that um, Pearl might be upset about that. Basically, is
I know, that's
all
true.
I'm
That's
thinking.
true.
Not that. Listen, I mean, if we're winning, of course he'll be happy. I had more. I was even thinking maybe RJ coming off the bench, but I'm not trying to disrespect RJ. I think Dick is the one that's going to probably be pushed out.
That's
And
right. I know. I was thinking that too, but he for some reason they have a favoritism for Dick, so that's why I was like, I think they might leave him because I believe they think Dick could really explode. That's why they've been leaving him out there and giving him those shots. You know what I mean?
right, you're trying to say the Raptors love Dick?
I'm trying to say
Okay.
that
Um,
in a good way.
yeah. Hey, we all love Dick. Um, no, yeah. So I have Pirtle at center, Ingram power forward, Scotty kind of moving to small forward, and then I had RJ as the shooting guard and quickly staying up there. Even though I think that in the long run, it's possible we see Dick as like just an assassin because he should be like when he's on, he's hitting threes like a madman. And I
That's
like the
right.
athleticism to be able to go to the bucket too. He's not just a one-dimensional guy. It's like maybe thought he was going to be last year.
That's right.
He sort of developed that. But I think that maybe coming off the bench would give the second unit more scoring power. And obviously, we don't have the old days where when Casey was our coach, we kind of had the bench mob, and so we kind of would almost have like the full starting five would leave the floor and the bench mob would come
And
on.
and that's right. That's
That's
right.
sort of how we did it. Whereas it seems like Darko likes to sort of sprinkle in guys. Scotty's sort of always out there with the second unit as long as he can until kind of quickly's rested and then quickly comes in and spells Barnes, and then they kind of rotate through the guys like that. But I have as a second unit my thinking because Mogbo, they seem to be grooming him as our backup center.
Yeah.
So I've got him at center. I've I like Boucher being in there, and I'm assuming since we didn't trade him, we're going to re-sign him to some sort of reasonable contract. So I got
Contract.
him
Yep.
at power forward. Um, where I really am falling, and I'd love to hear your opinion on this. So I've got Dick as the shooting guard, and it seems like Jamal Shed with them getting rid of Davion Mitchell.
Mitchell. Yeah.
that they're going with Shed. I sort of like that pick anyway. I think Shed has more upside. I think Shed seems to give a crazy amount of effort, and his defense is almost as good as Davion's, and I think his offense has, like I said, more upside. So I've got him as the second power or point guard, but it's the small forward. I don't know who wins. Like Jacoby Walter. Do we want Agbaji in there, or like then what do we do with Battle? Because he's got his 3 point. So what are your thoughts there?
So that's and that for the second coming off the bench, that's my guy, the battle. I'm like, why are we not playing this guy? He brings energy, he shoots three, he's an all-around player. You know what I mean? I'm like, we should be using this guy. Every time he touches the court, I see good things. But
Yeah, there was a moment where I thought like if he got minutes, he could have won Rookie of the Year. Uh,
thank you.
yeah,
Exactly.
like
Exactly.
I'm sitting there going, I don't understand this guy. He's shooting at like 60% from three times.
That's
I don't know what his overall season average is, but it's got to be over 40 because I look at the box score after games and many times he's like hitting what 4 or 5 or
that's
two or
right.
three
Yep,
from
that's right.
three
You
and
got it.
like
You got it. And he's got selective shots. It ain't like he's got numbers out there and he's hitting them. So I is this one of those roles like we were saying? Does the Raptors just want to get a nice lottery pick because they got juice and they're just not using it?
right. Well, okay, so that actually is a perfect lead in to our next topic here. Do the Raptors tank or not tank? Because see, I'm getting worried that we're clogging ourselves up. And again, I guess maybe Boucher sadly suffers at the expense if we because they seem to be trying to develop Jacoby Walter.
That's
And
great.
again, at first I wasn't really a Mogbo fan, and I do have a pet peeve that I think Scotty Barnes and him are friends, and Scotty Barnes passes to Mogbo way too often.
Way
Like
too
I,
often.
I got Grady Dick's open in the corner, RJ's open, even Quickly's been open, and Barnes is finding Mogbo
I
uh,
know.
for three, and I'm like, ah, like why is Mogbo shooting threes? In a possible tank season, I don't think it's the end of the world. If we're losing games and he's getting some practice and whatever. But man, is that their long-term strategy? They want Mogbo to be a 3 point shooting big man.
Once again, maybe in practice he's hitting those, and once the whistle blows in his games, he can't hit. I don't know.
Yeah, no, true. I often say that I think the most important position in an organization would be like a psychologist or psychiatrist or even maybe a hypnotist. I swear, I think that's what the Raptors should hire is like, just sit there going, you will hit your threes in the actual games.
That's right.
But yeah, but if they're trying to develop Jacoby Walter, I guess maybe Boucher suffers. But then we're talking about tanking. Do you first of all, what are your thoughts on tanking? And then I have a question of who we end up getting if we're lucky enough. Um,
As you
where
know
are they
from
going?
before, I know we're past the halfway, but before the halfway season and where our numbers stand, I was like, we need to tank. If you look at where our numbers are, we might as well tank. You know what I mean? Like we need that extra. Like we said, we look like we got a good starting five, but we need guys who come off the bench. And if we could get one or two more workhorses just to lengthen our scoring opportunities to about 8 guys that we know that could predominantly bring us good energy, why not? You know what I mean? And we got the numbers to do it. So you know what I mean? If we're looking to the upside and these guys do a 10 game win streak right now, what's it going to benefit? They might as well tank, I believe.
Yeah, I'm in that camp too. I came into the season. I know we did a little recap of what we thought they were going to be, and with that starting unit, we both had pretty reasonably high expectations.
Right.
Certainly a playoff team for sure. But with the injuries, I do believe that it was injuries to Quickly, and even obviously Barnes was out, RJ was out.
Well, RJ was, I think the whole hurdle was
Yeah,
out, and our whole
Cardinals
team
went
was
out. I'm like, yeah,
out.
yeah. We've actually only had our starting lineup for a few games. So because of that, yeah, we're fifth last. Sadly, we've got the easiest schedule remaining in the season, which, I mean, how many times, we're going to have to lose to the Hornets a few times to even get a better position. But we're not bad right now. At fifth, I've got it up right here. The odds for getting the first overall pick, the first three are 14% if you're last, second last, or third last. If you're fourth last, it's a 12.5%, but I don't think it's that bad at five to be 10.5% chance of getting the number one pick. And so if we get a Cooper Flag, Does he get inserted into the starting lineup? I mean, that's what I'm sort of wondering. I mean, I guess we have a good problem to have, obviously, and we got to get there first. But even if we don't get him, like, and we get an Ace Bailey or, it's funny actually because we had Harper's one kid for a minute, and sort of let him go. But now I guess they're saying Harper's other kid is like the number three prospect. So
Another three prospect.
if
That's
if
right.
we get one of these studs, I mean, again, good problem to have, but oh my gosh, they're going to go into the starting lineup, and then what? Then RJ moves back, or like does
Or we could get one of those guys and then trade out and probably get somebody with a little more experience. Trade him for another guy with 5 years. That's not such a good local name. Because there's guys out there, you know what I mean? The Raptors just got to pick and choose. And if they want to come to Toronto, that's another thing.
Yeah, well, that was a nice little thing about Ingram actually, and it's funny. I'd
That's
seen that interview where they were asking them which NBA cities they love to go to, and Zion and Ingram. Actually, Ingram said it first, that Toronto was one of them that they always circle at the beginning of the year, and he said it's a little maybe more the city than the team, but obviously that's because they're not on the Raptors. It does seem like once players get to the Raptors, they sort of see that, oh wow, these guys are actually professional. Um, I think years ago we hired and Maple Leaf Sports hired one of those big consultant guys. He was like a big wig in the States, and he came up and basically said, look, you guys got money coming out of you're
Yep,
putting some money
Wazoo.
up here. Basically, why don't you upgrade your facilities and upgrade your training staffs and upgrade? And I think the Raptors and the Maple Leafs listened and benefited from that. So, okay, well, yeah, good. We're in agreement. I'm saying tank. That's why it's such a weird thing to watch the games because I'm watching the Heat game and I'm like, we're getting pummeled at the beginning, and I'm like, oh well, all right, here's another loss added up to the tank. Then suddenly, though, we catch up in like the beginning of the fourth quarter, so then I'm
That's
going,
right.
all right, now we want to win it, and then they crap the bed in overtime, and it's like
Yeah, I know, and those hurt,
emotional.
man. You fought so hard, you come back, you're like, okay, you know what? They deserve this W. They come and then they fizz out. It's heartbreaking, man. But it just shows that hey, we're there. You know what I mean? We just need a little, you know what I mean? And we're there. Like
Yeah,
I said, if we add this game, I swear we're over 10, probably 13 games that the Raptors have lost within one or two buckets, right?
right. Yes.
Their whole record would be changed right now between one or two buckets, you know.
Yes,
So
no, and I totally agree. Like I said, I think we're definitely better than our record shows. And then there's that weird balancing act too, though, because even tanking, like you don't want to create a culture where they get used to losing or they feel like
that's right.
losers.
That's right.
Like, you know what I mean? I want everyone to be happy and so that they do resign and want to stick around and that they see that there's some hope and everything down the road. So yeah, it's a funny thing to balance. But I hope that everyone could buy in and say, listen, guys, we know that if we just tweak these little things and we hit that extra bucket and we stop that turnover and we get that rebound, we are, like you're saying, our record, we could be sixth easily, maybe even as high as fourth in the Eastern Conference because it's not that great up at the top. I mean, maybe the
That's
top
right.
four are solid, so maybe we're fifth. But I think that easily we could be slotted into that spot. So, but yeah, speaking of emotional roller coasters, the NHL did the crazy Four Nations Cup instead of an All Star game. And my memories as a child, and we've already referenced on here a few times that we would watch basketball games at your house, but definitely we all got together as friends for the
For
NBA
sure.
dunk contest, the three
Three
point
point.
contest. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't even think we watched the All Star game as much together as a group, but we always were wondering. Is Dominique gonna beat Jordan, or
That's right.
or is some other guy come out of left field and shock us with like Spud Webb or whoever else was
I was
there?
just gonna say Spud Webb giving us a 360 at 5'7". Yeah.
Exactly. Those were the days, though.
Yeah.
And so, what were your thoughts on the All Star game? And I mean, I don't know. Specifically, I guess the new format of the All Star game, and then I'd love to hear what you think about the dunk contest. Like the 3 point contest is the one thing that has remained luckily pure. We actually have, it seems like, the best three pointers going into the 3-point contest.
That's
So
right.
I think that's great. And I don't even really think the skills contest, is bad at all. I've heard them talking about maybe doing a one-on-one, which could be interesting. I thought that it was really stupid and lame of Chris Paul and Wembanyama to try and do their little cheat thing on the skills. Like,
On the skills,
what the
yeah.
hell was that? That was
Uh,
ridiculous.
they were trying a thing. I don't know what.
No, well, it just made me sad because the narrative right now is, like I said, with the Four Nations thing, that the players all tried. The main reason the All-Star game is sucking, because again, even though we didn't all get together watching the All-Star game, I'm sure we all did watch it on our own on Sunday, and
That's right.
the East tried to beat the West. Like the
That's right.
guys playing in the game were playing. There was defense. They wanted to win the game.
That's right.
And that's what is it makes sort of the whole All-Star game kind of a joke. Last year, I don't mind as much as some media people because it turns into like more like a Harlem Globetrotter type game out there where people are just do 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 do
That's right.
shooting
Just throwing
from
a
half
lob and
court. There's no
they're
defense.
trying to
Yeah,
entertain. You know what I mean?
right.
But we want to see some competitiveness as well. I know what you mean. Yeah, most
Yeah.
definitely.
So do you think USA versus the world format would be better than this little four-team thing that they
I,
tried this year? Or?
I say they could bring in a concept like that, but right now the world I think would have a little more oomph on the US. I think the US versus the world they should have brought that in our era. You know what I mean? Or even the 2000s. Coming up
Mhm.
now because I think the world is a little the world has woken up because of the internet. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I don't think the US is ready for all that.
Yeah. Well, would that maybe finally get the U? Because that's one thing too. Yes, I do agree that I think the world would try harder also. So
That's right.
talent-wise, I mean, we've got, Jokic, they're saying is maybe the best player in the world. Uh,
Right.
SGA, our guy, vying for MVP this year. I mean, we know he's solid. Uh,
He's right.
he's definitely top three in the NBA, it seems. Um,
Yep.
Luca, I don't know what's going on with him since the trade, if he's injured or what's happening, but obviously he's up there. We've got Joel Embiid if he's actually healthy.
That's
Giannis,
right.
Wembanyama. I mean, I agree. The talent wise, we might have surpassed the U.S., but I also think that all those guys would just want to beat the U.S.
You got it.
more badly than the U.S. would want to defend their title. But maybe not. Maybe they could get a rah-rah. That's what I'm curious to know. If, like, could Kevin Durant, LeBron, Steph, and I don't know who else, John Morant. I mean, who are the guys coming up? Ant. Are they all going to
You
get,
got it.
are
Could
they
they
going to,
hold the fort?
yeah,
They would put up a good fight, but there's a lot of power in the world. That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
Hey, the U.S. is we know is powerful already, but the world has woken up, like I said.
yeah, no, yeah, I agree. I agree. So, okay. So then lastly, we've got this guy. He's not even an NBA guy, Matt McClung. I know the first year they brought him in to the dunk contest, they kind of tried to, I think he was on the 76ers then, and so he was a G leaguer. They after the NBA dunk contest, they kind of had him up for a few months. I don't know if that was like optics where they were trying to show that, oh, this guy was a legit NBA guy. We're not just bringing in ringers
Ringers, that's
that are
right.
dunk specialists to try and, do a show.
But but
But now we're in
my
the
whole
third
point
year in a
is
row. Sorry.
you're bringing in a guy like you said, a G leaguer. Yes, he's got hops like crazy, but we got guys that are 6'7" with 50-inch verticals. Why are they not stepping up to the plate?
Okay, that was my question. So yeah,
If Jordan, who was the king of the game, could be in the dunk contest, why is LeBron not there? Why is a Kobe not there? Why is Ant not there? Guys that could fly through the roof. You know what I mean? That would bring, and I think that's what's been hacking the dunk contest versus the 3 point. 3 points, we got stars coming out and showing up, and people love that. Where's the stars for the dunk? We got guys that we're doing who is this guy? You know what I mean?
yes. No,
So
I totally agree. I've got like, yeah, my wife's watching going like, wait, who is this guy? What team is that guy on? Like I've never heard of him.
exactly,
I've never seen this guy
exactly.
before. And yeah, I like that I saw John Morant tweeted out that, he is considering coming back or entering the dunk contest. And then funny enough, Giannis tweeted that he would too, but then it turns out it was Giannis's kids that took his phone and
I
and
didn't hear that.
yeah, yeah, look that up. It was hilarious. He was like, because I saw him in a press conference, and then he was like, actually, that wasn't me that tweeted back. It was my kid came and took my phone and tweeted, yeah, if you go into the dunk contest, I will too. But others have said that to, oh my God, what the heck? And it's actually funny. Sorry, I was watching a highlight reel of the top 50 dunks, and man, the dude, as I go to say his name, he just jumped out of my head. God damn it. He just got traded from the Bulls to Sacramento, who was the dunk guy. Uh,
Oh,
like light skin.
Levine,
I don't know
Levine,
who. Yeah,
Levine.
Levine. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, Zach Levine said that he would also go in if John Morant did. And man, he had some sick dunks. Like I don't know if he gets enough props for the years where he did like that one when he did the one sweep. I think he had the mascot was spinning around or whatever, and then he came in and
Oh
won.
yeah, that was that. He did one, and Gordon did one too, like
Oh yeah,
that too.
that's who else was good. Yeah, Aaron Gordon was like,
Aaron Gordon, yeah, you got
yeah,
it. But Levine did a East Bay where he put the ball through
you're
his
right. I'm
legs and he
confusing
jumped from
Gordon.
the
Sorry.
the foul line. I'm like, what kind of wings do these guys have? So that's what I mean. The NBA, they've got products. So why are we watching guys that who did he play for? Who is this dude? You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
pretty
Like
sure
he's
they could
on.
look at like Levine and say, here's an extra 25,000 for your whatever you foundation you want to put it to. We need you tonight. You know what I mean? So
Yes. All right.
yeah.
No, I totally agree. All right. Well, so back to the Raptors. The Raptors have a game tonight against the Phoenix
I'll
Suns.
be there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm going down.
Oh man. Oh
And
okay.
and the wife said she's coming, and she said she's not coming for an L, so they better have a W ready.
All right. Well, I'll keep my fingers crossed. And by the way, thanks again for the tickets the other day.
Yeah, no
Um,
worries.
yeah, it was good. I brought the wife also, and it was good to get out of the house. And
Get out the house, I'm telling you.
yeah, unfortunately, we got pummeled. But oh well, what can we do about that? Can't control that. But yeah, wow. Phoenix Suns. So you're thinking we're gonna get a win? You think they're in enough disarray and chaos there? They don't know what's going on.
Don't know what's
KD's
going on, and
pissed.
after and you got to look at the intensity. They tried to pull out a win last game overtime, so that one's leaving a little salt inside the wound. So I think they want to get a little W from that. So I'm saying, hey, we got a West Coast team coming in on East Coast time into our house. This is who we got to pummel,
Right.
and
Yeah, it's an earlier start too, 6 o'clock.
it's early to start too. That's right.
All right. Yeah, then the rest of the week, just quickly to recap before we sign off here, we've got the Celtics on Tuesday, probably a loss. We've got the Pacers on Wednesday, and I think we could potentially beat the Pacers, but maybe not on a back-to-back, second game of a back-to-back. And then we got the Bulls on Friday. So
So what do you think? You think we're gonna go what 2-3 or 1-3? What do you think?
if we're counting the Phoenix game, I'll give you the win today since you're going to be there. I think we're going one, and then we got a loss. I don't know why the Chicago Bulls have our number either. It
I
pisses me
I
off.
was gonna say the same thing.
Yeah,
You know
like
the thing.
they suck.
Every time we look like we're gonna beat them, and then they just I don't know what it's our third quarter. It's our third quarter, man.
Yeah,
We come in after halftime and we're sleeping for some reason.
yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know what it is. Maybe they have a fun party spot in Chicago or something, or like because is it White? Is that the guy with like he's got the crazy hair? He
The
seems to
crazy
like
here, yeah,
light
yeah.
us up every time we play him. Vucevic can't fucking miss a shot, and then he I don't know. He's out there draining threes. It's like we try and leave him open, and he just hits them all. I don't know. It pisses me off
And then
actually playing
the
Chicago.
Raptors killed me on that because I'm doing you know who the 3 point guys are. Why are you leaving them? Face guard him so he doesn't have that shot. But yeah, I think they need me on the bench for at least 1 or 2 games.
No, I agree. And Pirtle, I mean, listen, I love Pirtle, but maybe that's the Pirtle's potential weakness is possibly getting out against a three, like a big man that can shoot threes because he's not as mobile as, a lot
That's
of
correct. Yeah.
more of a stay-at-home rim protector kind of guy, distribute the ball. So, yeah, I think we might be 1-3, sadly. Which, though, if we're agreeing that we're tanking, maybe that's not a bad thing.
Maybe that's not a bad thing.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see next weekend on next Sunday how we did. Guys, thank you if you've stuck around this long in the video. We really appreciate the support. Please like, subscribe. We're
And comment.
Yeah, we'd love to comment. Please comment. Even if it's a negative comment, say, hey, stop talking about this so much. Talk about this more often, or you know, slang. Maybe you should shut the hell up and excuse me,
Let
let
Head Swag get a
talk a
little
little bit
action
more.
in on it.
Yeah,
Give us
yeah,
something, people,
yeah, yeah,
negative or positive, but
yeah.
just leave us something. Why not?
Exactly. Share with a friend. So, anyways, all right. Thanks. Good luck, Raptors. Have fun at the game tonight, and we'll see you next week. Peace.
See you, folks.
All right, cool, man. Thank you. Actually, shit, I think content wise, that was maybe one of our better videos.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's like we were missing it.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
and a little more conversational, and plus, I like when getting the question stuff out before so that you have time to think about
So
it.
we have, yeah, exactly. We have a little time on what we're chatting
Yeah,
about. Yeah,
I
we
know.
got to do that more often for
I
sure.
sometimes blindside you with God knows I'm changing the subject because my ADD I can't even contain myself, and
Hey,
then
don't worry, I got it too.
yeah, and you're like, fuck, what the hell are you asking me that for? Um, cool. All right, awesome. Well, hey, fuck, thanks. If we can try and be consistent still Sundays is I think
Oh
it'll
yeah, we're,
uh
we're back on it, man. Listen, I brought my laptop even last Sunday, but with the snow, my daughter had she had to be at that gym for 10 o'clock. It was craziness because last week how it was. I was like, oh my god, that's why I called you. I was like, Steve, I even called you late. I was like, time even ran. 'Cause I thought I would have been able to get back to the hotel and
wow.
get then. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
it
no,
was a
man, I
shit.
understand. I'm trying to sell my house, and I have
Okay,
like a wall of snow, like out. I have a circular driveway, and
yeah,
on the left side, I live in the middle of a farm field, like I'm out in the open. So the snow
right.
blows across, and then it hits my fence and my trees, and it's just created this wall, like taller than me. I'm not kidding.
Wow,
Whatever I am, 500, but yeah, so it's like 6.5 feet
right.
wall of snow that I can't even use that side of the drive. Like it's ridiculous. And then the plow comes and adds to it. So
Wow.
yeah, we don't even know when we're going to be able to put the house up for sale because like the snow has to melt. I got to get rid of it. I can't. The real estate agent that was going to list our house came over and she's like, "You guys need to get rid of some of the snow." Like this is crazy.
This is
No one's
crazy.
gonna, no one's gonna buy your house if they think it's an igloo.
That's right, exactly. Only that much snow, eh? This guy
Yeah,
said
yeah,
6.5 feet. I can imagine. Wow.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy. I wish I could even. Well, yeah, I was gonna say I could show you a picture, but it's not gonna do it justice on the over this thing. But oh well, fuck. Okay, cool, man. Well, I got a jet obviously and end this thing so that it starts to convert the file over, but I'll load it up right now. And actually, I'm
Okay.
gonna take a couple of snippets this week, and I'm gonna try and do a couple shorts also
Oh, okay.
the segment. So
All
yeah,
right.
you'll see the same format of the little snippet and then the intro part and then the video. But I'm gonna try and chop like some 50 second parts of it.
Yeah, listen, even the other day when I told you I was going to send you a video, I logged on, got my stuff going, and I'm like, all of a sudden, my computer was just going, like I told you. I don't even know why it was showing Northern Lights because I was like, I'm trying to get Raptors to like, it was, I was like, this ain't happening. I'm getting frustrated. I'm shutting it down.
Right, well, I'm not glad to hear that because, but I am sort of glad only because I was looking for the video going, where did you send it to me from? Like, did you send it through WhatsApp or did I get it in my email or like, how did I not find it? But anytime you want to have a little thought of a short or whatever, flip me the video because I'll post them on here.
Okay, we'll do.
All right, this thing's going to cut us off. All right, I'll talk to you
All
later.
right, man. Have a
Go
good
to the
one.
game. All right, see you.